Tammy to the two children. And then Kieran Macaulay, as mentioned, is John, who's the husband. But he's also going to read a character called Charlie, who is the arts officer. Is that okay? Alright, so just remember Kieran has two to read, two roles. Yeah, and I'm just here to read stage directions. So it's kitchen sink drama, which means it's realist, hopefully, and from beginning to end. Okay, it's called A House Will Fall. Okay. So it opens where John is at a literary festival and he's thanking everybody for coming and people are signing his book.
Thank you all so much. It's such a pleasure to feel the warmth and reception I have received from this book. It's really rewarding to be able to write about something that's been on your mind for years, but for whatever reason or other, you couldn't write about it. I feel it's timely that the terribly painful times in people's lives, the prejudices that people have encountered, particularly those who made decisions in their own way about their own lives, the relationship between the individual and powerful institutions that often repress the individual are more open to me now. With this book, I've written my fears out of myself, so to speak. Actually, I'm indebted to my wife for believing in me, for her trust in the work. It wouldn't have been possible without her. Her support and encouragement continue to inspire me. And indeed, thank you all very much for your support. It's great to be part of this prestigious literary festival.
He goes to sign books. One of his signing to his friend, well, Paul goes to sign.
Thank you, Paul. It's great to see you again. I'll call you during the week.
And to another.
Who did you say the dedication was to? Liam. Liam it is. Many thanks for your support, Liam.
Okay, so we're in the family home. It's an open plan kitchen and living room area. John is working on his computer. We hear a car skidding to a stop outside. Kate comes in, flushed, takes food from the cupboard and starts prepping dinner.
I swear to God, I could kill that man.
You will kill yourself if you don't slow down.
It helps me to offload.
Speed kills.
I know. I'm so damn frustrated. Honestly. I'm at the end of my tether with him.
What's up now?
Charlie. Just undermining me is all. But if I talk about it, I'll never stop.
Okay. Deep breaths. In and out.
I
in,
can't.
out.
Dad,
What?
did you see my charger?
It's over there.
Not that one. The one for my laptop?
No. You had it in your room last night. You're always on a screen.
I'm not.
Your dad's right. You can't rely on them for everything.
Of course you can.
You need to get out more. Get fresh air. You're always stuck on that computer.
At least they're reliable.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means they can do anything. Show you everything you need to know.
Do machines give you dinner? Clean your bedroom? Do your laundry?
Actually, yes. Well, if you can afford to buy those new robot ones. They can vacuum, talk to you, and we could order food online.
You're just being argumentative.
I'm going to do some work. I'm prepping for the bursary competition.
Does any of your work require you to engage with other human beings?
Bye.
Dinner will be ready in 40 minutes. I thought doing a theatre design would mean there'd be far more engagement with people. I don't know what the hell we're forking out all of our hard-earned money if she continues to do is stick her head in a screen.
Everything's moved online, hon. It's the new normal.
I hate that term. How'd your reading go?
Fine. Lots of gay followers after the last book. This young fella comes up to me and says, I'm not gay, but why did you kill the lover at the end? I don't know what's up with some people. Why they have to couch everything with I'm not gay, but
Where's Daniel?
I haven't seen him.
Did you check in with him today?
No.
The one thing I asked. Daniel!
I'm under pressure with work too, you know. The publishers are on my back. I've an endorsement to write and I'm way past the deadline for an edited collection.
Daniel! Daniel! Alexa, drop into the office.
We hear Daniel through Alexa.
What?
And how are you two?
What?
I'm making dinner. Would you like anything to eat?
I have to eat now. Anything ready?
Who said?
I said.
Another fad.
No.
I hope it's not dangerous.
Stop being ridiculous.
I'll have a healthy dinner ready in 40 minutes.
I need to eat now, just protein. By the way, I need that email from you, Mother.
What email?
The interview I told you about for Mrs. Costello's stupid class. She won't let up. I need the info from someone working in the arts. I sent you a list of questions over a week ago.
Sorry, Daniel. I'll do it this evening. I'm
Alright.
up to my eyes lately.
I really need it. I'll be down in 5.
Alexa, hang up. Alexa, put a timer on for 40 minutes.
You see, we're in Kate's office in the Arts Centre. Kate and Charlie.
I don't get it. What more can I give?
You're not hitting the figures.
But we've cut all areas.
You're going to have to cut across the programme as well as jobs.
Jobs. But these people have helped to build new audiences, bring in funding, create exciting projects that have reached national attention. The last 6 years have never been better.
You're forgetting certain issues, Kate. I've hired a mentor to come to talk to you on Monday.
We don't need a mentor.
He'll be able to show you where changes need to be made.
I'm confused.
You won't be. Mission statements have to change to address the changing climate. We're all asked to do
And
more.
more and more.
I did warn you.
But these
And in this global crisis, we really don't have a choice.
these people have bills to pay.
I understand that, but we're all in this together.
How can you say that when you're not in it? You'll still have a job.
Life's rotten. No one said it was going to be easy, but no one predicted this, Kate. No one. My hands are tied. You're not taking today's context into the equation. Today's, not last month's or the month before. Today's. Are you hearing me?
I'm just shocked.
I don't know how you could be. Monday will see things differently. You need to open your eyes, your ears, the whole works. The arts are in a different place now. Everyone is in a different place now. This is the new normal.
I swear to God, if I hear that phrase one more time, I'll scream.
I know you don't want to hear it, but we need to be different about things because things are different. I had to call in a fresh set of eyes because I know you won't see things the way I do. Consider all funding cut, all increments non-existent, all pensions frozen. That's the new reality. The arts, as you well know by now, are an added extra when it comes to economic crashes. That's the way it's always been. And we can bang on about how the arts makes us feel good, makes life worth living, because there's artists and musicians and writers to remind us about the human condition. But the human condition needs its primary sources first, and the arts aren't on that list. Food, water, a home, everything else comes way down the line.
Jesus, stop. Please, I can't listen to this.
I'm a realist, Kate.
Stop. Just stop
A
talking.
realist.
I've got to go. I've got to order John's birthday cake. See you tomorrow.
Don't take it personally.
Bye.
Next scene, we're in Daniel's office upstairs in the house, or he's in the house office. He's taking photographs of himself, and he has the camera set up ready to record his fitness video.
Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Daniel, for those of you that are new here. For those of you already part of the Work It with Daniel, I hope you're all well. If any of you want to be a part of the Work It with Daniel squad, don't forget to subscribe below and turn on that notification bell so you can be up to date with me. Today's 15-minute workout will involve a warm-up, some low-impact exercises, moving to some high-impact drills, and back to some low-impact with a warm-down. Now, as you know, you only need a small space of about 3 meters by 2 meters. It's amazing what you can do with your body in a small space. As always, I will post some useful tips below in the chat bar, and if any of you have any questions, please ask and I'll get answering to you straight away. So, are you ready?
Daniel puts music on for his workout.
Let's get started!
He begins his workout, and the scene fades to black. New scene, we're back in the kitchen living area. We have John and Emma.
I never understood theatre design. Why would theatre need to be designed?
What century are you from?
Well, the play should be enough, shouldn't it?
The writing is only the beginning.
I just don't fully know its role.
Maybe you need to write plays.
Maybe. But it's all about the writing. That's really all you need.
Design is a huge part of the realisation. The play wouldn't work without it.
Of course it would. You'd still have to play.
It'd be flat without the design.
The actors.
You obviously know nothing. This conversation is over. I'm not wasting my time.
Name one famous theatre designer.
I could name lots, but I can tell that's not going to change your mind.
From Sophocles to Aeschylus to Shakespeare, it's always been about the writer.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. But there's no talking to you. There's been a whole team of people involved in making the production well before the actors come on board. Watch this space. I'll be making it big real soon.
We're back upstairs in the office where Daniel is taking photos of himself and ready to record.
Do you have to be here?
Yes.
Can't you work from your own room?
I need the scanner.
Scan and then leave.
It's not your room.
It's where I work.
The dry run presentation is around the corner. It's bigger and brighter in here. I'm opening the blind.
Please don't.
Why not?
I think better in the dark.
Maybe you'd be better off not thinking. You know where that got you.
Look who's talking.
I've left my past behind, but some people won't let me forget.
Can you please go somewhere else? I'm editing my video.
Do you have to record everything?
Yes, I'm going through a really important moment in my life.
Oh please, who gives a shit?
My fans give a shit. I need to answer these. The moment you take your eye off the social media ball, things slip. Please, can you go somewhere else?
Oh, there's no ink in the printer.
Shh!
What's with all these pictures?
Leave them.
Are they?
No.
What are you doing with them?
Nothing.
Can I see?
Go away.
Christ, Daniel! Who's sending those?
Mind your own business.
You know where that got me.
You sound like Mum.
You should know better.
Can you just be quiet if you're going to be in here?
I am quiet.
Either that or get out.
We're back in Kate's office and Charlie and Kate.
He'll be here in a minute. He'll be shadowing you for a few weeks.
What?
I did tell you there'd be changes round here.
I get that, Charlie, but I thought I'd be instigating those changes.
And you will, but sometimes we need a new set of eyes to open ours. It's nothing you can't handle. He'll be with you for the next while, observing, inquiring, drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee?
Why not? He likes a flat white.
Does he? Any particular type of biscuit he'd like with it?
Don't be like that. You don't want to seem off with him just because he's been asked to do a job.
I just wish you'd consulted me first on this, Charlie. How many years am I here now? Over 18. I deserve that at the very least.
I've always been a keen supporter of yours. Have you forgotten the €90,000 consultancy service, crisis or need I remind you?
Will you fling that one more time at me again?
It was your brother-in-law's firm. You were lucky I had your back that time.
Because you knew I had nothing to do with it.
I did, but that's not how the public would have seen it. €90,000 spent on your family's consultancy firm? We got over that because of me.
I know, Charlie, and I'm forever grateful. But I can't be being reminded of it every time there's an issue.
I'm just saying. Remember 2 years ago when we really went into the red?
Of course I remember. I rode us back from the brink.
I said the visual arts programme in particular needed to be looked at. You didn't hear me. And then when the government cut its visual arts project funding, you tried to blame me, when in fact I did warn you.
That was different. You were pushing your economic agenda ahead of our artistic one.
Not true, but whether you like it or not, costs have to be looked at.
Don't you think I know that? Look at our ambitions, our football, our growth in audiences, our ideas.
Look, there's no harm in a mentor taking a look at our operations. Here he comes. Please, try and make him feel welcome. Kate, this is William Mullins. William, Kate.
Pleased to meet you.
I was just explaining to Kate that you'll be shadowing her for the next few weeks.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. Such a wonderful building, and its location couldn't be more central.
Indeed.
I hope you don't mind. Charlie suggested I share your office. But really, you can pretend I'm not even there. You'll hardly notice me. I know you know your job, and I wouldn't for a minute try to tell you how to do it. The only thing I hope for by the end of this is that we put the best of our discoveries into this place. This unbelievable space and what it has to offer people.
Okay.
I hope you give him a chance, Kate.
Okay.
Be open to new ways of thinking.
Okay.
I leave you to it. Let me know if you need anything, William.
Thanks, Charlie. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
The next scene, dry run presentation. Emma is presenting her design to college staff and peers. She has her Hamlet model box on display. She is unprepared.
So Gertrude moves here.
Figure folds over.
Oops, sorry. She was standing this morning. Can you give me a minute? Yes. And here, the light would shine through. Yes, here.
Goes to move the light. She's not ready. It doesn't work.
That's supposed to be translucent glass, but I couldn't get the material in time. I'm sure you can imagine translucent. Sorry. Actually, would you mind if I presented tomorrow? Sorry, thanks.
Back to the kitchen, living room area. Kate sees a phone on the island, examines it, and there's a purring sound out of one of the jits she's looking at.
Christ.
What is it, love?
It's this.
What is this?
Daniel! Alexa, drop into the office.
What?
No, I want you down here right now, Daniel.
What is it?
What?
This.
What are you doing with my phone?
What are you doing with these? This. What is this?
It's private.
What is it, love?
He's been abused by some weirdo.
What are you talking about? What's going on, Daniel?
He's a child, a pervert. I'm calling the guards.
No, you're not.
The animal.
I'm not a child.
You are a child. You're 16.
I encouraged it. He follows me on Instagram.
I bet he does.
My fitness videos.
Until you're 18 years of age, you're a child.
I make my own decisions.
In the eyes of the law, look what you've done.
How is this my fault?
I asked you to keep an eye on him, but you've your head stuck in fiction. This is the real world, John. I need you in the real world.
I do keep an eye on him. I heard him upstairs.
Great. You've never been there for him. Never.
I've always been there.
He's got no role model.
Stop! Do you know how pathetic you both sound?
Who is this person?
No one.
Doesn't he have a name?
I've never met him.
What does he call himself?
Why don't you just butt out of my life?
I'm your mother. What is he called?
Nag.
Nag?
No, you're the nag. He's called Tiger.
Don't speak to your mother like that.
Tiger. How original. So you're sending pictures to someone you've never met called Tiger.
It's only chatting.
That purring sound. Those disgusting words. You call that chatting?
You had no right to go through my phone.
It was sitting there open on that image.
My phone. Mine.
Has he asked you to send him more?
No.
Has he asked to meet you?
No.
Has he asked for money?
Christ's sake, Mom, no!
Has he sent you stuff?
I'm not talking about this.
How did you get communicating with this weirdo in the first place?
Stop.
You show me yours and I'll show you mine? I mean, really, Daniel, what were you thinking?
I was thinking my private life might be private.
There's nothing private when it comes to the internet. Ask Emma.
Ask Emma what?
Can you remind him how dangerous the internet is?
For Christ's sakes, not again. Yes, Mother, it ruined my fucking life.
Language.
You ruined your life.
Someone recorded it and put it on the internet.
You were the one giving blowjobs in public. What did you expect?
I wasn't thinking. I was off my face.
In front of 80,000 people.
Oh, fuck. I wish I could go back in time.
Watch your language.
Well, you can't.
I have. I've practically reinvented myself. My profile, my look, but no matter what I do, you still find a way to drag it back up.
Daniel needs to know how sharing and communicating online is not safe.
I never shared anything.
You shared your mouth with two strangers.
What some bastard put up on the internet. Mum, I am not living with this humiliation long enough.
We all live with humiliation.
Can you just say something nice?
Is there something wrong with this entire world or is it just me?
This is just great.
Life's a bitch sometimes.
Great, thanks.
I have needs.
You're 16. The only need you have is to get your exams. End of.
I'm going upstairs.
I'm grounding you.
Like that'll help.
I'm getting rid of the internet.
Like that'll help.
Say something, John.
I think we need a man-to-man, Daniel.
For Christ's sake. Great, John. Just great.
What do you want me to say?
Man to man? What does that even mean?
It means I'll talk to him.
Could you say something useful?
Yes, I will, definitely. After this, I've got to finish by 6.
How do we know what you're really up to?
You don't.
God, I'm at my wit's end with what to do. John,
Me too.
you never do anything.
She walks out.
Where are you going?
For a drive!
We see the lights move across the window. We hear the revs of the engine as she drives off at speed. New scene, another dry run presentation. Emma is representing her model box to staff and peers.
Okay. So the ghost concept would work nicely in this light. The ghost would be here, in the other world. I'm still waiting for the translucent material. I've still a few days before the actual real presentation. I know this is the real presentation, but I mean for when I'm presenting it for the competition. I'll be ready. Okay. So, yes. The ghostly world will contrast well with what's going on with Gertrude. My entire design is based on Gertrude and her difficulties. This is where she's talking to the servants. I thought I'd show her authority here. The kind of attitude she has. A know-it-all, really. And it would highlight her betrayal and later on her guilt. I hadn't really thought about the costume. I will though. I've another few days, trust me, I'll be ready. I work well under pressure.
She bumbles, she waffles, she thanks everyone. We're back to the kitchen and living room area with Kate and John.
Still feels demeaning.
Maybe a box ticking exercise.
Maybe.
Just go with it. It'll be over in a few weeks.
He's young, late 20s. He swarmed in it and basically took over. He really took his role far too seriously. As though I wasn't taking mine seriously. I felt he was more into it as a position of power, rather than doing his job as a mentor, auditor, whatever he's doing.
He is in a position of power.
I know. But if he looked at our policies, our finances and everything, he'd see how by the book we are.
It's his job to ask, even if it seems clear to you.
I get that. I know that. But I feel sorry for him trying to be the big man. And his too tight suit and dicky bow. All biceps and dicky bow. Really. I think he was trying to impress Charlie, actually.
As long as you presented everything clearly and transparently.
I did. I always do. Anyone can go online and see everything about us. We're totally transparent. After all I put into that place, after all the cuts we've made, the personal cuts I've taken, no matter what change you make it to match the chopped funding, it doesn't seem to make one bit of difference. I want to scream, look at how much we're doing with this meager budget. But I don't.
Why don't you?
Politeness.
Politeness gets you nowhere.
We live in a small town. There's no point in being hostile.
That's the difference between men and women.
Please don't make this a gender thing.
I'm just saying a man wouldn't think twice about it.
Charlie and us have kids the same age.
So?
So we're likely to meet at shops, at social events, the pub, wherever.
So?
So I want to feel like I can hold my head up high when I'm out.
We're talking about work. Work is different.
Don't be stupid. Work and home are far closer than you think, especially when you live in a small place.
I'm just saying a man wouldn't think twice about it.
Say what you like, you're wrong.
New scene, we're upstairs again in the office. Daniel is taking photos of his butt, his chest, his arms. He posts them on Instagram. Kate comes in.
This is my space. Please leave.
When you pay the bills, you can have your own room. Until then, I can come in here whenever I like.
Get out.
The school rang to say you weren't in. Miss Costello said you really needed to be in. You had some facilitation or other? You let the whole team down.
Facilitation. Such crap. It's of no help to me or my future. School isn't for me.
You make no effort.
They don't understand me. My career guidance teacher said I should do something in creative, like music or writing. I don't even play music. Not seriously. And I don't want to be a writer because, no offense to Dad, but it looks crap. He's always working and he doesn't even make that much money. The reward is too little. I want to continue on doing my online stuff. Use my personal training experience.
You could do what I do.
Your job sounds terrible.
How do you know?
The interview questions, some of your answers sounded totally depressing.
What?
Dealing with artists and actors of those kind of people, they all sound so precious.
Daniel, you can't judge what I do solely on that interview.
I'm not. I see what you're like when you're home.
What I'm like? You're always stuck in your room.
A total stress ball.
Am not.
R2. I have a decent following on Instagram. My fitness videos are really popular and I care hugely for my fans. and I've been invited to a meeting with one of the biggest sportswear companies ever
When?
in 2 weeks.
You're not going.
Yes, I am.
It's too close to your exams. Your exams come first.
This is the chance of a
Your
lifetime.
exams are your future. You can do all that online stuff after your exams.
That's not how social media works.
It's how I work.
I'm going.
You're not going, and that's final.
Why are you being like this?
Because YouTubing, or whatever you call it, is not reliable.
YouTubing. What is reliable?
Oh, I don't know. I want you to go to college.
College smallage.
Get an education first. Achieve something. A college education will give you options.
Options. You never went to college.
Exactly. I never had the opportunity, and you do.
I spent 4 years getting a degree to find out all I want to do is be an influencer. I'm already making money. I don't need to go to college.
You can do that on the side.
You can't. You don't pause things like this.
I don't care what you have. You need an education.
I am not losing my followers. I'm growing them. I'm already on the way up.
You can't measure the world by how many followers you have.
Of course you can.
People will respect you once you're educated. You need an education.
I don't need one.
You're saying that now. You're young. You don't know what you want. You'll thank me later.
Thank you. I fucking hate you already.
They were back to the office, Kate's office. William is putting some personal things on his desk, including the motto, "Go out and get success."
I know I'm young, and maybe you think I'm just out of uni and I haven't done this before, but I have. And I'm long enough in this job to know the limits of my role. I know too what it is you do. I've total respect. You're the director, and I absolutely respect that.
Good.
And just to say, I appreciate the work it took getting the last 6 years of financial documents together for me.
It wasn't that hard. I simply downloaded them from the system and printed them out.
And just to reiterate, I totally respect the work you do. I want you to see me as a support for what it is you do.
You said that.
Right. This place has a great reputation, and I've no doubt the role you've played in that.
Indeed.
And you mightn't think it, but I'm totally into the arts. You probably have it in your head I think in figures only, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm an emerging writer. I've lots of short stories written. Have even written a play. I believe I've hit on a unique style. The world is waiting for me.
Where have I heard that before?
Maybe you'd like to read my play. No, that's cheeky of me. But what I'm saying is I love the arts.
Right. I wouldn't know how to read a play.
You don't read.
Plays.
You've never read a play.
Of course I have. But not to give new writers feedback. I wouldn't know how to give you feedback.
Just tell me if you like it or not.
Right.
I thought your husband would be getting you to read all his stuff.
You know John.
Only through his work. Great writer.
We don't use the same surname, so most people don't know we're connected.
I must have seen you two online.
Really?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm thrilled to be here. At the very end of it, we might prepare a report or maybe a presentation to Charlie and the board, which will highlight some of the financial directions we'll be taking.
You'll be taking.
Darling, it will be both of us. We. There won't be a presentation unless we're both happy.
Okay.
You don't mind if I take snaps of the office, do you? I love the large windows. I love this space.
If you want, I'll be back in a tick. Have to leave this at the box office.
William waits for her to leave, looks around, goes to her computer, logs in using her password on the post-it stuck to the computer, opens a folder or two, saves them onto his memory stick, puts post-it back, takes photos of her desk, sits back at his. Emma comes in.
Hi, is Kate here?
No.
Do you know where she is?
She's somewhere in the building.
I've stuff to print. We've no damn ink at home.
The printer's downstairs.
I know. I need the code. And you are?
William.
Pleased to meet you, William.
Wish I could say the same.
Sorry?
It's been a while
Okay.
since we met.
We know each other?
We know each other.
I don't think so.
I know so.
Oh. How do I know you?
School.
You went to St. Bridget's.
Yes. You were a total bitch.
Me?
Yes.
When? I don't remember.
Of course you don't.
Are you sure it was me?
Oh, I'm sure.
You weren't in my class.
And you laughed. That silly hyena laugh.
Oh dear.
You did the running commentary.
I did.
You made sure that incident was worse than it had to be.
Shit.
It's tiny for a gay, you squealed.
I said that.
Shouldn't it be bigger? You posted.
Christ.
You have no idea of the consequences of what you did.
I was so
You
immature.
tweeted about it.
I took it down.
Only after the stool made you.
If it's any consolation, some shit came back at me not long after.
Oh, I know.
You do?
Everyone knows.
So it seems. In any case, our gang broke up. They didn't want to know me after that.
Serves you right.
I suppose. Karma, I guess.
I never got over it.
You will. I got over my mistake.
I didn't make any mistake.
It wasn't that bad.
You were the worst in the gang.
I was?
I still had another year left. I was treated like shit after that.
I said I was sorry. Trust me, if I could turn back time,
You would save yourself.
No.
Of course you would. What you did, what you said about me.
But
They called me a faggot, a queer, a weirdo. I was told to kill myself.
I didn't say that.
You enabled it.
I don't know what to say.
Over time, I learned a lot, grew a pair, taught myself to fight back.
Good.
I don't take shit from anyone.
Too right.
I don't let things lie.
Too right.
I don't accept apologies.
Oh,
I get my own back,
right.
no matter how long it takes.
Okay.
I'm just telling you how I am.
Okay, William. You sound unhappy.
Not at all. Just letting you know.
Fuck's sake, get over it. I had to.
Did you?
Yes, the things we can do can be embarrassing, but you learn to live with some of them.
We do?
You know what I mean.
Makes you stronger, would you say?
Exactly.
You weren't a victim.
Yes, I was.
What you did, you brought on yourself.
You sound bitter.
Not at all.
It was years ago.
It's like yesterday to me.
We were young and stupid. I was young. I was stupid. I said I was sorry.
I know.
Get over it.
I will.
I've printing to do.
I've work to do.
See you later.
Hopefully not.
We're back at home in the upstairs office where Daniel is and Kate.
I need to promote my page. Can I borrow some money?
For what?
To bump up my Instagram following. I'll pay you right back.
What?
I need to bump up my Instagram following
How?
by promoting big sports brands. I'll pay you right back.
How?
By following others.
I don't get it.
You're old, you're not relevant.
Daniel,
What?
that doesn't mean you can't explain it to me.
It's not rocket science. Big businesses will pay me to promote their brands. Or better still, sponsor me to wear their brands.
I still don't get it. What's the money for?
To pay the company that brands use to find people like me.
I really wish you could be more alert with your schoolwork.
I can do both.
You can't. You won't.
I can, I will, I promise.
You're obviously smart. You could do a business degree and then do this.
Not again.
I just don't trust this kind of thing.
You're just old. I promise I'll make the money back in no time.
Your father and I need to discuss this.
Discuss what?
Whether or not we support you.
I don't see the
The
problem.
problem is, Daniel, you've your head constantly stuck on the screen.
That's not true.
I feel you're not really here.
I'm always here.
I mean here, present, in this house, with us. Well, I have to become one of your followers to know what's going on in your life.
It might make you more relevant.
Daniel,
I don't get why you can't back me on this when I know it will work. It's a win-win.
how is it a win-win? Would we see more of you?
Yes,
You'd have to engage more with housekeeping.
I would. I will.
You'll have to mow the lawn and make dinners.
Yes. Yes.
How much are we talking? 500 euros?
5,000.
5,000? Are you kidding me?
I'll easily double that in 6 months.
We don't have that kind of money to throw away.
You wouldn't be throwing it away.
There are no guarantees. It's too big a risk.
You just never want to support me.
Any little money we have is in the college fund, which we have built up for you and Emma since you were kids.
Consider this my college years. I need that money now.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I can't give you money for that.
Anything Emma wants, she gets. Anything I want is shut down.
That's not true.
You've always looked after her needs, never mine.
That's not true. But she did make a huge mistake that could have ruined her.
And you're ruining me by blocking my career.
I'm not blocking you. I'm thinking of your future. Be reasonable.
I am reasonable. You're just not from this era.
Money is hard earned. I can't just throw 5,000 away. Do you know how long it takes to make 5,000 cash?
Blah, blah, blah. I hate this family.
We're in the meeting room of the National Theatre. Emma is giving her pitch to the creative collaborators.
I mean, no offence, but this theatre needs a shake-up. There's far too much of the same old, same old. Sometimes I don't think this theatre knows the full potential of design. The last 3 productions I saw here played it so safe, so typical. So, I went for radical. A real radical way of thinking. A huge risk to the performers and the production team, but so what? I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't think outside the box. So, here goes. And I think you'll love this. The idea is that the floor is unstable. Very, very unsafe. The world of the play is unstable, so I'm pushing it to its limit. I want to illuminate the fragility of this world throughout by placing the characters in tenuous relationships from the bottom up. There are crevices throughout the floor, real gaping ridges. They need to be real so that the actors feel the danger, and therefore so too will the audience. Added to this is my raped stage. The sky and the ceilings blend into these ridges so that the world looks like there is no world, no distinction between the earth and the sky. I use a swing here which follows one of these ridges so that Ophelia's character in scene 3, when she moves outdoors, will be swinging quite dramatically above this one particular deep ridge. And yes, if she fell, she would be badly injured, if not killed. I'm preempting her state of mind early on. But let's make the design speak to the audience in the way I know it can. If this theatre doesn't start pushing boundaries, then I don't know what theatre's for. I don't think we're giving our 21st century audience value for money. And this is state funded, so I think we'd be giving them more than what they asked for with my design. I'll let you digest this final image so you can see fully what design can do. Thank you.
We're back in the kitchen living room area of John and Emma's house. John and Daniel.
I wanted to talk to you.
Yes.
How are you?
I'd be better if you gave me that $5,000.
We've had that discussion, Daniel. It's not happening. I want to talk to you,
You said that.
man to man.
Fine.
I want to talk to you about sexuality and the dangers of the internet.
I came out 2 years ago.
I know.
You do realise I'm 16.
I do.
Okay.
I wanted to
Talk to me. So talk.
You will fail at lots of things,
Thanks.
but don't take that as failure.
Okay. Sexuality.
What?
You said you wanted to talk to me.
Yes.
So talk.
What your mother found on your phone
Wasn't my business.
we're concerned about your safety.
It's a computer. You know I can turn it off at any time.
But you won't.
Okay.
Those pictures, what your mother saw.
Let me help you.
Eh?
Sexuality. The talk. I know about sex, condoms, pregnancy, safe sex, STDs, masturbation, different kinds of sex, romance, sexual deviancies, abortions, orgasms, pornography, gay sex, straight sex, orgies, bisexual relationships, all of the other kinds there can be. The internet. I know about cyber predators, bullying, scams, phishing, and the general kinds of threats online.
Right.
We learned most of that in primary school.
And online.
Yes, and I learnt it online.
I wanted to warn you about the online stuff.
Okay,
I want you to be careful.
okay.
Don't get led into something or be pressurized into something or feel you need to do because others are offering you stuff.
Was there any particular subject on that list that you wanted to talk about?
No.
The internet is useful.
I know that. But it can also misinform, put ideas in your head. People can take advantage of you.
I don't feel taken advantage of. I'm the one taking advantage, and I could make serious money, which, by the way, I could double if you and Mum would just give me a chance.
No. A quick buck isn't everything.
I don't get it.
Our minds are made up.
Oh, Everyone in this house makes everything so much harder.
Look, Daniel, I simply want you to be mindful of the dangers out there.
I'm not 10. If I need to know stuff, I can look it up.
You can always come to me to talk about anything.
Like now?
Exactly.
Is that it?
Yes.
Back to the kitchen living room area with Kate and Emma.
I asked Jo about your presentation, just out of curiosity. She gave me a one-liner and then went silent.
You could have asked me.
I haven't seen you. Her silence said
She
it all.
came late to it. Or better, still, you couldn't have been there.
I told you I'd other commitments I couldn't break.
As per.
I pressed Jo on it, and she said, you thought the theatre needed a radical overhaul?
It does.
And you'd be the one to do it.
Jo isn't a theatre designer.
She's only the artistic director of the biggest theatre in the country.
She's not a theatre designer.
Christ. Ever since that episode at the rock concert, I've lawn mowed for you.
Here we go.
I protected you. I ran with cotton wool and flicked it out in front of your every step in case you'd have to deal with anything. You're so up your own arse. You can't see night from day. How life works. How to think on your own. I've made an opinionated little idiot full of empty arrogance. You can't walk into the National Theatre and tell them they're shit and need to change their ways. Who the hell does that? You haven't even graduated yet. And it took you 5 years to do a 4-year degree.
That's because...
And don't start blaming the past. Quit being a victim. I'm talking right now. The only reason you even got to present at the theatre was because of my contacts. You need to learn the hard way, like we all did. Work for it, hard. Work your way up. Earn fucking respect. Christ, I've made a useless 24-year-old who can't fend for herself in any way. Do you even know how to make fucking toast?
You're right. What you're after saying is all your fault. I'm glad you're seeing it. I never asked you to do those things for me. That's all on you.
I may have helped you get in to do a presentation, but that doesn't mean the theatre accepts crap. Or that any little design which you pull from fresh air works. Whatever this computer-generated app that you're using isn't working. You've got to know the basics, however good these apps are. I wonder if you'd even read the bloody play. If there was an apocalypse and the internet no longer existed, you should still be able to design.
As if I'd be designing after an apocalypse.
You know what I mean.
You should hear yourself. You're such a fossil. We'll always have the internet. It's as necessary as water and air. There will always be online. You're going to have to get with it, like it or not.
I don't have to like it. I never will like it. Your ridiculous Instagram accounts with you're at the center of everything, every picture, every silly little quotation. You know the world is far bigger than you. You know that employers check your online profile to get an idea of what you're really like. You do know that. To see that you can think bigger than you.
So
what does your online profile say?
that I'm connected to lots of things. That I like travel and theatre and music.
Travel? You've been to the UK.
And whatever.
You spend your time clocking up likes, seeing what other people like. You're only interested in things if you're at the centre of it. You've no other interest if it doesn't have you pouting your way through it. That you're bloody great for doing nothing. That everything you think and do is not something won by information yourself about, but by surfing, scanning someone else's social media page, then sharing it. I don't know what I've raised, but I sure as shit can't function on a day-to-day basis in the real world.
You were the one who suggested I go into theatre design.
Because you're talented. I'm not doubting that. You're good at drawing and designing. God, you always had great ideas as a child. You cut out clothes and made colours, paint your own designs, made decorated things. You did interesting stuff, and you worked at it. But now I realise you don't work at it. You've no interest in anything except the shortest route to get something done. A box-ticking exercise. You've no integrity. Your work has no integrity.
Again, that's all thanks to you.
You can blame me all you like, but at some point, you have to take your own reins. When I was your age, I had a decent full-time job and was 3 years away from having you and buying my own home. How do you think I became the director of the art centre? How do you think the team operates? Because of what I do and how I do it. Because I work with people. You know how hard I work. If you do something, do it well. Do it to the best of your ability. I've always worked my rear end off. Haven't you the very least absorbed that much from me? When I was your age.
Different times. You can't compare then to now.
It's not that different. People have always wanted the same things. A job, a home. You seem to think people will come running, offering you a job, or that the house will fall from the sky. It doesn't matter how brilliant you think you are. You still have work to work for it. And by the way, no one wants a know-it-all. People want to work with people because they get on with them. Doesn't matter how brilliant they are. If they can't work with them, then they're no good.
Is this your idea of good mothering?
I'm trying to tell you how things work in the real world. Make a genuine effort at everything you do. Don't think you're above anyone else. You're not. Work hard.
Cliche, 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 fine. And by the way, I can make fucking toast.
You always let her walk away.
Why didn't you pipe up then?
It's your thing. You're the artsy person around here.
That has nothing to do with the
Of
arts.
course it had. I didn't want to step on your artistic philosophy.
You know you can be such a prick sometimes.
What? Seriously, I'm crap when it comes to that kind of creativity.
You're just crap, full stop.
I haven't your kind of mind, love.
You were creative enough to make a child. So from that day onwards, you're supposed to rock up and be a father. Could you just step up sometimes? One time even.
Okay, this is turning into something else. Let's leave it and have food. What'll I make?
Are you just noticing now that I have food on? Can you take over? I'm in my car.
Where are you going?
Kate is heard driving off like a maniac. New scene, Kate's office. Charlie comes in.
You were looking for me.
Yes, I'm concerned about Kate.
You are? Where is Kate?
She had to pop home. It's nearly home time.
Is it?
Give or take 40 minutes.
What are your concerns?
I don't want to sound unkind, but sometimes she can fall asleep at the screen.
Oh? Really?
Of course, we're insanely busy at the moment, so it's understandable.
Yes.
She doesn't, not for long or anything.
Okay.
I know you'd want to know, and I thought maybe we could be of help to her.
Yes. I'll talk to her. My door is always open. She knows that. Thanks, William. I'm sure Kate will come to me if there's things bothering her.
Okay. Thanks. Just thought you'd want to know.
New scene, car is heard outside. Kate comes in early from work with John's birthday cake. As she readies it, she hears noises upstairs.
Alexa, drop into the office.
Alexa clicks into the office.
Daniel, is that you?
Kate can hear two people having sex. The noise stops. She goes to go upstairs, but William pushes past and leaves promptly. She doesn't recognise him. She is winded from the realisation that John has betrayed her. John comes down the stairs half-dressed, dishevelled. She goes to the bathroom, pukes, looks in the mirror and fixes herself up.
I'm too old and tired for this shit.
End of Act 1. We're just going to area of Kate and John's house.
They've been all over the place for a long time now. Daniel's stuck on social media, and well, I don't know. I always wondered, was it something I'd done? Was it something I could have prevented? And the more I thought about how uncertain they've been about themselves, the more I blamed myself. This is textbook stuff, and I never saw it coming. You brought someone to our home, our bed. Who the fuck is he?
No one.
I want to know.
I don't know much about him.
Tell me what you do know.
Seriously, I don't know him.
What is his name?
Liam.
Liam who?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Did I always know? Could I be so fucking naive?
I've ended it.
So it was a something.
No, but whatever it was, I ended it.
That was a goodbye fuck.
I know how it must sound, but yes.
So if I hadn't come home.
I was ending it today, I swear it.
Sounds like a relationship.
No, it wasn't.
That time I caught you with gay porn and you denied it. Made out like you were doing research for a short story. I fucking believed you.
I was.
Stop lying! Stop fucking lying. You will be applauded. You will be the brave one because you finally confronted your sexuality after all these years.
Kate, listen.
Because I should have known. I mean, our open society, our enlightened times. It didn't dawn on me for 1 second you'd fuck a guy in our bed.
Kate.
That you don't want me. That you never wanted me. Me. The organized one. The one who could run the world with her eyes shut.
Kate, please. You're not to blame.
Oh, but I am. I'm part of the world who wouldn't let you be you. Poor, poor John. Poor, misunderstood John. I held you back from being your true self. You know what, John?
I know you're angry.
I am not fucking angry. I am not even disappointed. I'm in pain. So much pain. Like I've been hit with a wrecking ball that won't stop swinging at me, into me, again and again and again.
I'm sorry, Kate. I do love you.
Don't you dare use that word. Don't insult that word. You've made a sham of it. Of us. Of our family.
I didn't want it to come out like this.
You've never been attracted to me. Ever. And now...
But I have.
Stop.
I'll do anything. I'll go to counselling.
Stop talking. This isn't something you work out of yourself. That you'll suddenly ungay yourself.
I want us to be together.
After more than 20 years. I'll be paying the price. Daniel and Emma and me will be paying the price.
I'm still your husband. I'm still their father.
You're a betraying bastard son of a bitch, useless husband.
I'm still part of this family.
And as for a father material, what have you ever given them? An idea for a story? A framework? Well, they have a clear fucking framework now, don't they? Now they'll be even more confused, even more fucked up. Get the fuck out.
I still want us to be together.
I just can't believe I'm one of those women you read about. I'm one of those who must have known, who must have suspected. God, oh my God. Get your things and get out.
Where would I go?
Anywhere.
But, Kate, listen.
Get the hell out of here before I go berserk.
I've nowhere to go.
Go to him.
We're not like that.
Just get out.
Can I explain? I've had lots of women and men throw themselves at me at literary festivals, at book launches, signing events, and I've never, ever before indulged any of them. Even after plenty of drink, I never for one moment thought about going off with someone else, anyone else. You have to believe me.
Am I supposed to feel grateful?
I swear, this isn't something I planned. It just happened, and when it did, I didn't stop it. Something in me didn't stop it. I didn't think about stopping it. I'm just being honest with you. I know I'm asking you to believe me today when of all days you see me as a liar and nothing else, but it's true. I never meant for this to happen. It wasn't planned. It just happened. And I don't know what to think about myself. Am I gay? I don't know. Do I like men? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm totally confused. I'm a mess. I'm a total mess, Kate. I need you to help me. I need you to see me for who I am.
I do see you. And the more you talk, the more pathetic you sound. I can't bear to look at you. Get out! Get out now!
You're angry.
Of course I'm angry! Because you pretended to be a husband. Get out of this house now.
We're back at Charlie's office. There's a board meeting. All the board members are present. Kate is presenting.
I really think I need to be honest with the board. With all due respect, Charlie, I must insist to tell the board the truth about what's happening here. Really, this presentation is not a co-presentation at all. Well, it is of sorts. It's Charlie's idea. It's William's. It's their presentation. It's Charlie's idea of reorganizing how we work here. And I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it one bit. I'm not happy because I feel I'm not being listened to. We have a healthy budget. We have excellent programs. And we're on our way to clawing back what we lost 3 years ago. I think that's something to be positive about. What William wants to present to you is job losses and programme cuts, a new strategic plan. That simply isn't on in this climate, where people need their jobs more than ever. Well, I believe in strategic plans. I don't think they are sole dictators of our pathway. You know me. I'm Kate. My brain is programmed for change. I see the world as it is in the moment. I learn fast. My world has always been about speed and change. But I don't change for change's sake. Change has to be because it's needed. If something is working, why break it? There's nothing wrong with how we've been working the past number of years. Sure, we lost a bit in the visual arts sector, but look what the exhibition brought us. Look at the PR we got from it.
Controversy. For all the wrong reasons.
There's no such thing as bad PR. It just adds someone has been stealing information from my work computer. There's a certain information that no one in the world could possibly know but me. My plans for this art centre and other stuff. It's implied here in William's presentation.
I have to stop you there, Kate.
No. I want the board to know that something's up here. That my private information is appearing here in this presentation. And we all know that my office has been infiltrated over the last few weeks.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Kate. I think we've heard enough.
But really...
I said we've heard enough.
The living room, kitchen area.
Where's Dad?
Dunno. Haven't seen him today. Or yesterday, to come to think of it. Dunno.
And Mum?
Dunno. Work?
There's no steak. I need protein.
Christ, Daniel, go out and buy some.
I can't. I have to have protein in the next 15 minutes.
Eat a bloody omelette then.
Eggs are not my thing. I want to share my diet with my followers.
Will they care?
Yes. And if you aren't following, as if you aren't following people on Instagram, you know how important it is.
I know there's real interesting stuff on Instagram. Yours just isn't.
You're just jealous because I'm making something of myself. And you balls up your profile years ago.
I pity you because you can't get over your ego. Ever.
Whatever.
In the kitchen living area again.
Can't you get rid of him?
And say what? I think you stole information from my work computer because I can't prove it. I think you're underhanded little antagonist, but again, I can't prove it. My daughter was a cowtie at school, but you're fired?
I told him I was sorry.
Good for you.
Will it ever go away?
No,
I can't believe this.
trust me. There's always other shit that'll top that.
I have to live this nightmare forever.
Yes.
I was at the supermarket earlier and this asshole recognised me. He did the neck thing.
What neck thing?
The movement.
What movement?
Do I have to spell it out?
Yes.
The blowjob movement. Men are bastards.
Agreed. Can't you fixate on something else?
I've tried.
It was years ago.
And someone always seems to be able to bring it back up.
You have to learn to let it go.
I keep thinking I have, and then something else happens.
I did.
No, you bloody didn't. The shame of it has always been painted on your face.
I've learned to live with it. No one's perfect. I know that. We do things when we're younger that we wish we hadn't. I get that. You feel humiliated. I get that. But you've got to take responsibility for it and move on. I can't keep telling you it will go away because I don't know whether it will or not. All I know is that we've all to live with certain shit we mightn't like, humiliation or not. We've got new challenges to face. Take what you learn from it and put it into something new, a different direction. We've all got to move forward. I've had to do it my whole life.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm just advising you and what I would do in your position. Stop letting it determine who you are. You're far more than that one incident.
Doesn't feel like it.
Keep letting it get to you and you'll never move on.
Easier said than done.
Try! That's all I have to say on the matter. I have other things on my mind, love.
For Christ's sakes, you've always other things on your mind. You didn't even remember that I did the bursary award presentation. I knew you couldn't be there, but you didn't even wish me good luck. You don't give a shit about me. You know what? I don't care anymore.
Still in the kitchen living room area, John and Kate.
Kate, I'd like to talk to you.
We've nothing to say to each other.
Yes, we do. I'd like us to be civil.
Would you?
Yes. I want to talk to you about the situation.
There is no situation. You made sure of that.
There is a situation, and I want to clear the air.
Clear the air.
Please, Kate, just hear me out.
No.
5 minutes, I'm begging you.
No.
Just 5.
5 minutes. Start talking.
I know we've been together for over 20 years, but over the last while we haven't been intimate with each other.
This is a joke, right?
I'm trying to tell you what happened was not planned.
So you said.
It's true.
And now you're trying to make out it's my fault.
None of it was planned. I didn't know anything about the way I was.
Apparently neither did I.
I respect our marriage too much.
Respect it.
What?
Respect it. Past tense.
Yes.
Your time's nearly up.
I wanted to tell you that I fought with myself all my life. I've battled to keep my attractions inside. You know my family. You know what I come from. My father stopped talking to me for leaving med school to become a writer. He accused me of, well, you know, he told me he couldn't have a queer living under his roof. I'm not homosexual.
I should have listened to your father.
I'm not. I don't know what I am.
Are you dumb?
Please, Kate. He doesn't talk to me. He's barely spoken to my mother since, as though it was her fault.
Irrelevant.
I told myself from that moment I would never go there if it could cause that much pain and collapse. It was a very horrible experience for me, but it was even more painful to watch my mother slowly disappear into herself as my family fell apart. Maura and Sean blamed me for our mother. The pain was my fault. I didn't even say anything other than I was confused, sexually. And I am. That's what I am, Kate. Confused. I don't think I'm bisexual, and I've never acted on my confused feelings, ever. Until very recently.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know exactly, but I want you to understand.
I do understand. We all have shit to deal with. But since we're swapping family stories, I want you to understand something too. As you well know, my mother raised me mostly on her own. She worked 2 jobs and sent me to my grandmother when she was working. She did everything she could to make sure I didn't want for anything. She was too proud to ask her mother for money when things were hard. But the one thing she never gave me was a proper family. When I was at school, I always envied kids who brought their mammies and daddies and brothers and sisters to see them for football matches or a Christmas concert. I used to fantasize about what that might be like, to belong to a big family. To belong to a family who had their mammy and daddy to look after them, no matter what. I used to think people were looking at me and feeling sorry for me because I usually was with my granny, because my mother would be out working. I hated their pity. I hated the way people looked at me. It didn't matter how many medals I'd won or how many podiums I got to stand on. I swore that when my time came, I would give my family, my children, what I never had. A full family, a secure family, a secure home. And now you've taken that away.
You can blame me if you like.
I am blaming you. I trusted you.
I know that.
I want the details.
What?
I want to know everything. How, where, when it happened.
How is that going to help?
I've no idea, but I want to know.
It was just a couple of times.
I don't believe it.
It's true, but it's also true that it has changed everything.
Oh, that I do know.
I don't know how to pinpoint it.
Out with it. Every bit. Who is he?
You saw him.
I caught a glimpse of the back of a head as he left quick. Who is he?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Liam.
Liam who?
I don't know.
What does he do?
I don't know. He's a writer, I think.
You think? Christ. And here I am. We are advising Daniel about stranger danger. Continue.
You know I'm a fitness freak.
Yes.
I bumped into him running. He's new to the club.
Running.
Yes, we went running together.
And
And last Tuesday we were out running.
when I was in work.
Yes, there was no one at home.
And
And after the run we ended up in our kitchen. He asked for water. I handed it to him. It went from there.
How?
Kate.
How?
He dropped the glass. The water wet my tracksuit bottoms. I got a towel and started mopping it up. It went from there.
I want to hear it.
He was on the floor picking up broken glass. I was helping him. I cut my thumb. He took my hand, started to kiss me. Do you really need to hear this?
Yes. Then what?
We went upstairs.
To our bedroom.
Yes, we had sex.
I want the details.
Christ, what more do you want to hear? That he came hard?
Yes.
He did. We did. Straight after, I can't tell you how bad I felt. I cried.
Oh, please.
Because I've never done that before.
You said it happened a couple of times.
Not like that.
And then?
Then you came home. He left.
Why did you come here tonight?
Because I want you to understand that I know I betrayed you. I know you're hurting, but I never meant for it to happen. It's not going anywhere. I don't want to break up our family.
Too late.
There's fuck all I care about, but you and the children are one of them.
You've a funny way of showing it.
I've always been uncertain about myself, but I've always kept my uncertainty secret because of the judgment. But I've always been certain about my family.
Are you serious?
Yes. If there's any way you can forgive me, please do. Blame me. Blame me for everything, but try to find forgiveness.
I do blame you.
You know everything about me now. I don't want to break up the family.
Too late. Now get out.
We're back at the Arts Centre, Charlie and Kate.
Can you explain one thing to me, Kate? What have I ever done to you?
What do you mean?
I want to know why you deliberately set out to insult me and damage this art centre with it.
I'm not following.
Please, explain this to me.
What
He
is,
logs onto her computer and shows her the material. Kate looks on, mystified.
what is that?
You tell me.
I can't tell you. That has nothing to do with me.
Of course it has. They're your emails.
Which I sent to John.
And someone called Aisling Daly, which you forwarded to me.
What?
Who shares private information about the staff here? Their salaries, their work, their contracts, their sick pay, their illnesses.
That was sent to John.
And Aisling, whoever she is, they have nothing to do with this art centre. They should never have been sent such sensitive information. That was between you and me.
Sometimes I need to discuss issues with someone not working here.
That's what I'm for.
But what if you're the issue?
Clearly, you see me as the enemy. That interview you sent your son. Don't trust anyone, especially those you were closest to. Take Charlie, for example. I've been nothing but a friend to you.
You weren't supposed to see that.
You sent that to your son.
I did.
And you bitched about William and the staff.
Things are tough for me at the moment. I didn't mean a word of it.
I've never been anything but open with you. I'm your support.
Doesn't feel like it lately. I've a lot going on.
You know my door is always open. You can always come to me if things are getting too much.
I've tried.
You haven't tried. You were passing on your work to William.
Is that what he's claiming?
It's right here in this email, the full list of jobs for him to do.
That was a full list of jobs I needed to get done by the end of the month.
You sent it to him, titled it, to do by the end of the month.
Because he asked me to send it to him, to see if he could help organise my workload better.
You left a list of your work for him to do last weekend when you were away.
I swear I didn't.
It's here in writing. Who offloads their work to a guest mentor? And to top it all, then accuses him of stealing information in front of the board. Christ, Kate, I thought the last fiasco would be the end of your antics, but obviously not.
What fiasco?
You signing off most of the annual budget on one mediocre visual art show last year.
Mediocre.
You did read the
Who
reviews.
cares about reviews?
The public care. I care. The Arts Council care. This is public money you're spending. That exhibition came out of nowhere. 2 cancellations, and you react by doing this, putting all your efforts into Leadzecker. You basically copied the vision from Taylor's gallery. Everyone knew it. And more to the point, you helped them and crushed us. I don't know what's got into you, Kate.
So I took a risk, and it worked.
It didn't work. Not at all. And then you tell the board that the mentor I hired has been stealing information from your private emails? Do you know how nuts you sound? Do you know how lucky we are that William has not taken a libel case against you?
Well, it's true.
Nothing is true. Everything you say is speculation that he stole your
He
emails.
did. He got into my emails.
How can he get into your emails?
This is my password.
Who the hell leaves their password on a post-it stuck to their computer? Who does that?
I do. I've so much to remember.
It's one thing after another. You've gone too far this time, Kate.
You're making it sound worse than it
It
is.
sounds bad because it is bad. I'm left with no option, Kate. I think it's best if you leave. Quietly.
Leave?
Yes, leave. I think it's for the best.
I'm not leaving. I haven't even started. There's so much I need to do.
You are leaving. And you can do it quietly, or we can have a showdown.
I can't leave.
I'll give you a good reference.
Who is going to employ a middle-aged woman mid-career who works in the arts in the middle of an economic disaster?
Give me no choice.
Please, Charlie, I need this.
And I need the art centre back on solid ground.
I'm getting it back. Leave it to me. I can do it.
I'm leaving nothing to you.
Please, Charlie.
You're not up to it.
But Charlie.
I've made up my mind. The board have made up their mind. You'll get it in writing by the end of the week.
We're back at the kitchen living room area. Kate is sitting in front of a box of Pringles and a half-drank bottle of gin watching crap reality TV show.
It's lunchtime. Shouldn't you be in work?
I came home early.
It's only 4 o'clock.
No time like a gin time. Want one?
No thanks. Are you okay?
Yes. Fabulous. Just fabulous.
You seem a bit off.
Nope. I'm on top of the world.
You're never here.
Emma, I'm sorry. Things have been mental at the moment. Once I get over this hump, I'll make it up to you.
That's what you said last time.
Last time.
My 21st, when you missed it.
But Emma, we were in the middle of moving house and Dad was launching his book.
There will always be reasons. There will always be excuses.
Oh, Em, please don't be like that.
I've stopped caring. I've stopped asking. It's fine, Mum. Fine.
At the art centre, Kate is collecting her things from her office. She ponders for a moment on a family photo and puts it in her box. She collects things from William's desk and flings them on the floor. William comes in.
I hope you're happy.
You've got to do whatever you can to get up that ladder.
Even if it means stepping on everyone else.
Whatever it takes.
Even if it means lying and stealing.
No harm in a little storytelling now and again if it's for the greater good.
The greater good.
For this art centre.
Stop.
The
Just stop.
The greater good for the arts.
The greater good for you mean.
Climbing is not always done in a straight line.
You couldn't be straight if you tried.
Look, most people in your position stop learning. They're tired. And no offence, but your look is so sad. Your look is your business card, you know, and you look washed out.
Who do you think you are?
I know this is hard for you to hear, but you need to hear
I
it.
don't need to hear anything. You little devious little cretin with no decency. None. Emma told me about you. You sent those emails to Charlie in the hope that it would wreck me.
I sent those emails because I thought he should know the kind of person that's working for him.
Charlie and I go back years.
Charlie's working with someone who sticks up for particularly venomous people.
What?
I thought at the very least you might have admitted your darling daughter was a horrible bully.
What are you talking about?
You know. Take responsibility. Make her understand how terrible her actions were and apologize for them.
I'm not following.
Apologize for your role in it.
Please, enlighten me.
I'm talking about school.
She had a terrible time in school.
She was wicked in school.
You barely knew her.
Oh, I knew her.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about before she made herself famous online. She was a vindictive cow. My last year in school was hell, and she and you were the cause of it.
Look, William, I can see that you're looking for someone to blame.
Because Emma is definitely to blame.
I never got to meet you then.
No, I wasn't important.
She was easily led.
You continue to be deluded. You claimed she was shy.
She was shy.
You claimed she had nothing to do with the fake profile.
Her computer was hacked.
You phoned the principal. You got the parents involved. You tried to make me look like an idiot for wearing tracky bottoms to PE. He should have worn his uniform pants, you said. It would have hidden it, you said. You insisted she was trying to fit in. That fake profile business had me hounded for months by...
That was not her intention.
She ridiculed me, and you made little of that very big deal. Her tweet was the final straw.
She was pressured.
Just listen to how pathetic you sound.
Who the hell do you think you are?
After that, I promised myself nobody would ridicule me again. I promised to get my own back. I vowed I could do anything in life and no one would stop me. Not your daughter, not you, no one.
You know what? Whatever chip you're carrying all these years is just sad. You're just really sad.
You know, Kate, knowledge is power. It's the oldest saying in the book. But it's so true. Knowledge is power. I used what I knew about you to save you. I saved you. And I saved this place.
You got my emails and manipulated information. That's not power. And you wrecked me along the way.
I like you, Kate. You mightn't think it, but I do. I really do. But I feel for you too. You were stuck in a rut. You needed a wake-up call. Charlie could see it. John could see it. I could see it. We could all see it. I simply guided it.
What has John got to do with all this?
Are you serious? Are you that blind? William? Liam? Do I have to spell it out for you?
Liam? Liam the writer? You're Liam? You?
God. Glasses on, Clark Kent. Glasses off, Superman. You can't be that blind. I told you from day one I was a writer.
You did, of course. I didn't take you seriously. Everybody wants to be a writer these days. Oh my God. Oh my God. You destroyed my marriage.
I did nothing of the sort. I might have instigated a few things, provided the conditions for things to happen, but I forced nothing.
You low-lying piece of shit.
And you know, we're not that different.
We couldn't be more different.
You're like a wild tiger, ambitious, but you lack drive,
I lack drive.
just like your son,
My son.
Daniel.
How do you know Daniel?
Oh, Daniel's becoming a well-known little hottie.
What did you say?
You heard me.
He picks up a photo of Daniel from the box.
A wee cub of a tiger. A wee tiger full of ambition too, but lacks drive.
What did you just do?
Desperate for attention, desperate for likes.
You? Oh my God, you're tiger. You're a fucking tiger.
I never said that.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. What is wrong with you?
Did I say that?
I would kill for my family. You're disgusting. You're a predator, a fucking psycho.
She grabs the bin, she physically attacks him and goes to him. He's too strong for her. She picks up a paperweight from her desk and throws it at him. It hits him at the side of the head.
You heinous little man. You filthy piece of scum. How could you? He's a child. I will do time for my son. Do you understand that I will do anything for him?
William pushes her away.
I didn't do anything, Kate. Nothing. You mightn't like certain things, you mightn't agree with certain things. It doesn't mean there's a crime in it.
He gets up, holds his temple.
I'm calling the police. You filthy piece of scum.
Don't call who you like. I've done nothing.
What the hell do you want?
I want you to understand certain things.
Such as?
I want you to know what it's like to fuck with people.
What are you on about?
I think it's finally sinking in. When you fuck around with people, things come back to fuck with you.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
If you think you can continue to abuse people and not expect a fallout, you're wrong. Very wrong. You'll be sorry. That'll be the day when you wake up and realize the wreckages you took to get you to this throne of yours. You'll see it wasn't worth it. You'll be totally alone, without anyone. I hope you're miserable. I curse the day you walked into my office, but I look forward to knowing how utterly miserable you're going to be after this little empire of yours, you dirty piece of scum. I swear to God, I'll get you, William, Liam, whoever you are. I'll get you for this. People like you always slip up.
She swipes the rest of William's stuff onto the floor, goes back to her desk, sits, takes a moment, dials Daniel.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes. Are you?
Yes, I want to talk to you when I get home.
Not again.
It's not what you think. I want to talk to you all when I get home.
Fine.
See you soon. Love you.
Back at the kitchen, living room area, John and Emma.
Is Mum here?
No. Where were you?
The festival.
You never mentioned it.
Didn't I?
No. You always tell us when you'll be away.
It must have slipped my mind. Sorry.
I tried calling.
Did you?
Yes. Your phone was off.
I must have forgotten to turn it back on.
Is everything alright?
Yes. Yes. Well, no. Yes. Did your mother talk to you?
About what?
I don't know. Me? Us?
No. I didn't win the bursary.
Oh, sorry to hear.
Are you?
Of course. Who did win?
Naomi Byrne. She deserved it.
Maybe next year?
No. You only get one chance.
Oh, sorry. There'll be other opportunities in other places.
Maybe. I was really pissed off that neither of you were coming to us.
I'm so sorry.
I know that.
You do?
Yes. You're always sorry.
Sorry.
Mum said the same thing. Now that the presentation is over, I can't help thinking about Gertrude
Gertrude?
in Hamlet. How she has to be.
How do you mean?
I keep thinking about what she must have really thought. The role she's supposed to play because she's queen. Her royal duties. And the role she'd love to play but can't. Because of what's expected of her.
Yes.
That must be hard.
Yes.
Harry and Meghan knew what they were at.
You think so?
Yes. They just said, to hell with you all, we're out of here. And then left. Damn right too, if you think about it. People are going to think what they want anyway. You've got to do what's right for you. What feels right for you. Otherwise you go around worrying. Wondering. Second guessing people's opinion of you. And that's bloody exhausting. I above all people should know.
I'm so proud of you.
You are?
Yes.
For what?
For how you are.
How I am.
For how you handled that incident.
For giving blowjobs at a rock concert when I was a teenager. At a rock concert.
Yes.
I have to say it out loud. Makes me face it head on every time. Get it? Sorry. I do still struggle, you know.
I know.
And you're proud.
Overall, you handle it really well. You never let that one moment define you.
Others do.
I think you're far stronger than I am.
Then you?
If it was me, you never denied it.
There's video evidence.
You could have deceived yourself, but you didn't.
No point, I suppose.
I've learned a lot from you.
From me.
Yes, from you. When Mum comes home, I want to talk to you all about me, about us, about how about
You don't have cancer or something.
No,
You're not dying, are you?
no.
Are we going to lose the house or something?
Why would we lose the house?
Because you make crap money.
I make enough, but no, nothing like that.
Then it can't be that bad.
Maybe not. Do you think they left?
Who?
Harry and Meghan, do you think they left their past behind?
As much as they could leave. Yes.
Can you really leave?
Yes. I think so. I'd love to do my model box again. Properly.
Why don't you?
Because it's over.
It's never over. There will always be more Shakespeare.
I suppose. Mum says my work has no integrity, and she's right. I gave a crap, half-baked presentation to the theatre that I knew I wasn't arsed about.
Mum tends to be right.
I got so annoyed with her.
She's going through a lot of stuff.
Is she?
More than you realise.
Is it something I've done? Again?
It's not you at all.
Because I told her I didn't care anymore, but I do.
I know you do.
It was in the moment stuff, you know, lashing out kind of stuff, but I do care, of course I
know
care.
you do. Why don't you tell her that?
I will. I haven't seen her today. Have you?
No, she texted me to say be in the house this evening.
I got that text too. Good. I'll tell her then. Great. Maybe I'll make dinner.
Good idea. I'll help. Where's Daniel?
I don't know. Upstairs, probably.
Let's check if our dinner is protein enough for him.
Rightio. Alexa, drop into the office.
What?
Dad and I are making dinner, full of protein. Come on down.
I'm in the middle of something.
Daniel, we want you down here.
Okay.
We're having a family dinner and you need to pull your weight.
Okay.
Get down here, now!
The final scene intercuts back and forth between the car and the kitchen living room area. Kate is in her car and the rest are in the kitchen living area.
I've never really taken risks. Never. I'm so damn safe. No, I'm not. I am. Till recently. When I blatantly made a shit decision to hang the exhibition that I knew wasn't good enough. I knew it. I didn't care. I really didn't care. I blew money, public money, without thinking. What was I thinking? Was I thinking? Was I even thinking? I think I was avoiding who I'd become.
Can you set the table, Daniel?
Are we playing Happy Families?
We're going to sit down and have a meal together. It's been a long time since we all ate together.
Mine has to be protein.
Yes, it's protein filled.
Does anyone want salad to start with?
And you're not recording us eating, right?
No one wants to see your ugly mug online anyway.
Daniel?
I've become terrified. A terrified mother, a terrified wife, a terrified employee. I'm terrified of everything, of making mistakes, of messing up. All my life I've been terrified. I've been so fucking afraid. And now look at what I've done. Look at everything around me falling in. Poor Daniel. I've been so distracted lately. He's looking for attention online because he's not getting it at home. He's so easily led. And that disgusting. I can't even bear to say his name. Daniel needs a hobby. He has a hobby. No, he needs a hobby that is not attached to social media. He's obsessed. I'm going to break that obsession. I'll help him. I'll distract him away from his phone. That's all I need to do. It's not rocket science. Distract. It can't be that bloody hard.
I mean it, Daniel. Stop. It's really annoying.
Please, Daniel, can we just enjoy this evening for once without your phone?
Okay. Where's Mum? I can't delay my eating time.
So annoying.
I can't. My feedback wouldn't be genuine if I'm not being totally honest with my followers. I have exact time slots for certain things and I have to stick to them. Will we be finished by 8?
And that stupid bloody concert. Why did I buy her a ticket to that silly concert? Look at what it's brought her. I did stupid things when I was younger. We all did. No, not like that. But there's no one recording things in the world can see it. Reminding you forever. Things were simpler then. No, they fucking weren't. Who am I kidding? They weren't simple. They were just as hard. Things were really hard then too. Life is always a damn slog.
Do you remember when you were younger, we went to Eagles Flying to see the white-tailed eagles you were so obsessed about, Daniel?
What?
Do you remember Eagles Flying?
Yes.
We were all there. It was a really bright day and you took your first camera with you. You couldn't stop giggling and photographing. You were that excited that the falconer chose you for the eagle to land on. Do you remember?
Yes.
It was a great day. All of us there. Watching you, I thought you were saving the world from itself.
What do you mean?
Saving everything. You were a wildlife photographer then.
I wouldn't shut up about its wingspan.
And the texture of the feathers.
A great day, I remember.
Did I know? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I knew something was up. Or am I thinking that now that I know? Oh, fuck it. Fuck it all. Fuck it anyway. I don't know anything. I don't believe I knew. Does it matter? Does it bloody matter now? If I could go back and pinpoint stuff. See where things took a wrong direction. No. Pointless, useless, a total waste of time. What's wrong with ambition, with being ambitious? Because I was ambitious and wanted the same for them. I need to give them more time. Now I have plenty of that.
I'm going backwards. Look at the state of that.
When Mum gets in, let's not stress her. Daniel, can you get the wine from the fridge?
Can I have a beer?
No.
What would your followers think?
I wouldn't tell them.
Oh, that's being honest.
When I was talking earlier, I was talking about the
You're
food.
so fickle.
Please, Can we just have a meal in peace? I'm lighting these candles, and when they're lit, there'll be no more bickering.
Mum wanted to talk to me about something.
I want to talk to you all about something. It's important.
What am I like? What are we like? We're a tired old family. We're exhausted.
Sounds serious.
I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely wrecked.
I just want us to talk.
God's sake, Daniel.
What?
I need a break. A real break
It's one photo.
You were asked not to.
from the rubbish we've accumulated.
It's one
It's
post.
just bullshit.
Daniel!
You're so self-centered.
You're jealous.
It's choking us.
Just because you made a tit of yourself on social media.
Do I have to put you on the naughty step?
Weighing us down. We need to start afresh.
Adults fighting like kindergarten kids.
She never stops
I
nagging.
need to talk to them all.
You're the damn nag.
Christ! Stop!
So self-centered.
How am I now?
I said stop!
Kate crashes in through her house, the wall caves in, the family are covered in dust. John goes to see if Kate's alright. Emma phones for an ambulance. As the scene rises in chaos, the lights go down. End of play.
Oh,